Hello everyone, Hyper here. Due to popular request, I will show you guys how to parse in and towards the Burning Throne. We'll start off with the first boss here, Garothi. This is a straightforward single target fight, so you just use the regular 4-piece along with the Shattering Strikes build and the Belt Embracer legendary. For trinkets, go with the Pantheon trinket if you have it, and then for second trinket, depends on what you have in your inventory, but I recommend using either an Eye of Command or a Shadow Singed Fang. If you have other high item level trinkets, those can work as well. For single target fights, your parse will mainly come down to your gear and how well you're able to execute your rotation. Kill time kind of comes into this a little bit, but it's not all that important. As a Frost DK, we aim to get about a 4-minute kill time, that way we can get 2 dragons throughout the course of the fight. Let's roll the clip. Okay, so we see that we have Food Buff, Augment Rune, and a Flask. We go in, pop our pre-pot, Remorseless Winter with Pillar of Frost and just do our opener. Go straight into Obliteration after the first Obliterate. We get the first Decimation, have to run it out to the side here, not a big deal. You can stay in melee range the entire time while you do that, so you can keep hitting the boss. And then we get the Dream Dragon. I had Concordance up, Fallen Crusader, 5 stacks of Razor Ice on the target, as well as one of my trinkets procced, so that was a very ideal dragon. Then we see that there was some soaks out of melee range. We ended up not going for those, even though I could have ran into them to get a little bit of extra runic power with AMS, but I chose to just ignore it. From here, we're pretty much just doing our rotation normally. What you want to look out for is soaks, because you can stand in them with AMS. You get about 30 runic power, which, you know, is an extra shattering, or yeah, frost strike I mean. And if you do that a few times during a fight or throughout a fight, then you will be able to get a few of those extra frost strikes in, so that adds up to a little bit of extra DPS. As soon as the arms spawn or the weapons spawn here, I just target Decimator and go ham on it. You want to get at least 2 or 3 5-stack frost strikes on it. I actually missed out on the 4th there by just a hair. And then here we aim to just stay in melee range and keep hitting the boss as long as possible, then Wraith Walk out into the Spirit Link at the last possible moment. I pop Pillar with Remorseless Winter as I come back in here, and then spend a few runes and go into Obliteration. You saw that I had it up there for a few seconds, but I didn't want to pop it when I had all my runes available. I wanted to spend a few of them before going into the Obliteration, because that will put me back at being rune capped and RP capped again. Then from here, we're just looking to soak and gain a little bit of extra runic power while doing our rotation. You will see me run out here, yep, go out to the puddle, AMS, and get that nice little extra RP. From here, we're just pretty much hitting the boss, doing standard rotation until the next transition phase comes up. You see that I pop Pillar on cooldown as soon as it comes up. And I didn't have to pop my rune weapon for the second pillar because I just had so many runes. Then for my third one I had Obliteration back up, so I delayed it until this 4th pillar here. And I actually pop it with this when I ran out of runes. Now the second transition phase happens, we just kill the weapon. And again, I will be aiming to stay in melee range as long as possible and run out at the last possible moment. Now here, I should have obliterated once, because you can see I only have 1 rune recharging, so that's kind of a waste. But it ended up not mattering too much. Then we lost, so I use my second potion as I run back in. And just go ham. My cooldowns will be back up here momentarily, so I will have them during Lust and Potion. Now here, if you have Pillar of Frost up, you won't get knocked back by these circles, so you can stand in them and so double soak it. You know, most classes have to like stand in one and adjust themselves to get knocked into another, but as a Frost DK, you just Pillar of Frost and stand in it. You don't have to worry about anything, and make sure to use AMS to get that nice extra runic power. Now here, the fight is about to end, and I'm about to get my second dragon. And I see that there's still 10 seconds on my pillar, and I make the decision of just using my dragon because I have Concordance and Fallen Crusader active. So I just press my dragon because I didn't think I would get pillar off in time. But overall, I think I got the same value out of dragon even if I would have waited to pillar, because those buffs would have ran out. Unless I got lucky and I would have gotten an extra proc, but I decided not to risk it and just press the dragon. That's the fight, guys. I ended at 2.38 million DPS, obviously got some lucky procs. and had almost ideal fight time. If that fight goes on for about 15 more seconds, then I could have made use of that last Pillar of Frost, but it's not a big deal. I'll pull up the rank here, and that ended up being rank 3 parse in the world, of course 99 percentile. And yeah, guys, that's how you parse single target. A lot of it comes down to your gearing and your rotation. Other than that, it's just RNG. And if RNG is on your side, then you'll get a good rank. If it's not on your side, then maybe you'll get a slightly lower rank. But as long as your rotation and your gear is solid, on single target fights, you should always do well. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.